We'll make it short and sweet from my standpoint. Thank you all for making it from California, Denver, Minneapolis, Nashville, Chicago, Arkansas, Florida.
What are we missing?
What are we missing?
West side of the state.
West side of the state.
Kalamazoo.
Thank you for making it here to share the celebration. We would also like to make sure that we recognize Johnny and Mark and the wonderful job they did raising a daughter who we've grown to know and love. And she is chill. I mean, she's perfect for Scott. And we look forward to many years of sharing the families together.
Okay, just a minute. I'm trying. We feel so blessed having just a great son, and we're so happy that he found someone that makes him so happy. We are truly blessed with just a great day. It's been a long journey getting to here today, and we're just so blessed it came together. Alex did an awesome job. Scott, you did too. Every great man is an awesome woman, and Alex is awesome, and we are happy to call her daughter, and we feel truly blessed to welcome her into our family. And we are so blessed to have everybody here today. It's been a long year for everybody, and we are ready for some happy.
Yes.
Good evening. I want to thank all of you so much for being here. From the Brocker family, along with the Namatevs and Bryan family, and all the wonderful friends, we're happy to be celebrating with you tonight, finally. My name is Mark Namatevs, and along with my wife, Johnny, we have the honor of being parents of the beautiful bride, Alex. I have to say, when the day finally arrived, I had to sit down and write a speech for my firstborn on her wedding day. I was a bit stumped. I mean, how do you sum it all up in just a few words? She's been my partner in crime since she was little, and now I'm seeing her married. It was just like it was yesterday that she was tooling around the kitchen, pulling on my pant leg, pestering me while I was cooking, learning the name Pester. Alex, ever since you came into our lives, we haven't stopped laughing and being in awe of you. Time flies, though. You've given us so many proud moments in school, in sports, in your career, but your mother and I couldn't be more proud of you than we are today. You're beautiful, you're bright. You're charming. You're a very rare and very special person. It's hard for me to imagine that you'd find a husband who could live up to my high standards for you. I mean, who could possibly deserve the heart of such a great young lady? To be honest, when I first met Scott, I had those usual dad-like hesitations. Dad, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Was he going to be worthy of her sparkling personality? Then he immediately started to prove me wrong. He had the quiet patience and the adventurous spirit, and I loved how well the two of them complement each other. Scott was totally in awe of you, Alex, just as your mother and I have been from the very beginning. Scott, you've got a good one. Now it's up to you to take care of her. So I'll leave you with this. In 33 years of marriage, I've learned a couple of things. The key to a good marriage is pretty simple, really. Be patient, be a listener, be loyal. And remember, no matter how well logic or facts back up your argument, in the end, she's always right.
is Johnny, and I'm pleased to say that I am the proud mother of the beautiful bride, Alex. Alex, you have brought your father and I such joy and happiness in life, and we could not be more proud of how smart, beautiful, and strong woman you have become. Everyone you meet is touched not only by your laughter and your sense of humor, but by your generosity and your kind heart. So kind that when Alex was a little girl, she had to make sure that every older person we encountered had a friend. She even wanted to bring them home with us. I'm hoping that she will still have that same compassion when Mark and I are 100. Don't worry, it's still a few years away. Alex, as the years have flown by, you have gone from being my little girl that would hold my hand to the loving friend that holds my heart. Your father and I are so thankful that you have found true love and happiness with Scott. I knew the day you brought him home, and I saw the way this kind man looked at you, that he was the one. The night he called to tell Mark and I he was going to ask you to marry him, and he said he would love you forever, that's all I wanted to hear. I couldn't have hoped for a better partner for you, and we welcome him to our family. Please join us in raising your glass to toast our beautiful daughter Alex and her new husband Scott. May you both have a long and adventurous life filled with love and happiness. I love you more than words can say.
All right, let's hear for our parents on the bride. Make some noise.
As most of you know, I'm Alex's sister, Avery. If you didn't already know, you could probably tell. We get mistaken as twins quite often. It actually happened a few times today as well. But there is honestly no other person I would want to be compared to. Following in Alex's footsteps all of these years has definitely had its perks. She's always been the most charismatic, charming person in any room she steps into. One of the most popular girls in school. Teachers loved her, coaches loved her, kids from all different groups loved her, so you get the picture. As you can imagine, that allowed me to thrive, because my line was always, yes, I'm Alex's little sister, which always got me a seat at the cool kids table. It was great. She's not only been the cool, popular, older sister that taught me everything I know, she's also fiercely loyal and ready to protect anyone she loves. For example, when she was probably in the 7th grade, I was probably in the 4th grade, she had a school recital. Her job was to poorly play the clarinet. My job was to hand out programs to all the parents. That night I was taking my job a little bit too seriously and was chasing an attendee up the stairs to give them said program and completely busted my lip open on the stairs. Fast forward a few days after that, we were getting picked up from school a little bit early. And at this point, my lip had tripled in size. And then all of a sudden, we were waiting by the principal's office, and a few girls from a few grades above me started to talk and make fun of my lip. But then Alex overheard them making fun of me, sorry, not her. And she confidently asked them, what are you guys talking about? And then when she found out, she replied with what we thought was the comeback of the century. Something along the lines of, butt out, son of your beeswax. Not your best, but in the moment, I was on cloud 9. That was my big sister, always there to save the day. Needless to say, we never heard a peep out of those two girls again. Alex and I have been best friends since I can remember. Being this close makes us a little skeptical to outsiders. We used to have an exclusive club called the Cool Girls Club. I'm not sure how cool it was. Our headquarters was a tent in our parents' basement. But during our our club meetings, we'd daydream about, who our future husbands would be. But the most important attribute was that they had to be our third and our fourth best friend. Well, Scott, I couldn't have picked a better third if I tried. There's not many people that can so easily join our club, but you're both goofy and pragmatic, which is exactly what we needed. We knew you were in when you could laugh with us for hours about something only we would understand. You quickly became Alex's best friend, but you also became a best friend of mine. You two together make any situation better. If I'm ever having a bad day, I know you two are a phone call away and ready to laugh about the most ridiculously weird things I won't be repeating here. You bring out the best in each other, and I know you'll continue to do so for years to come, and I can't wait to watch. So Scott, you now have the most fiercely loyal, charming, beautiful, funny, coolest person I know as a wife. And it's long overdue, but you're officially part of the Cool Girls Club. I love you both so much, so here's to you.
Good evening. Hope everyone's having a good night so far. Avery, those are beautiful words, but I'm going to go a little harder. So third time's a charm. Hope everyone left their vaccine cards at the door. A couple of us had to sneak in through the back. Can't believe we finally made it. We all thought you guys would have given up by now trying to plan this, but here we are, I guess. My name is Jeff. Scott and I met in college. We played lacrosse together. By sophomore year, Scott basically became an extra roommate that was living rent-free, but we accepted him anyway. There are many ways I can take this speech, and I'm sure Scott is already extremely nervous after the first comments I've made, so I'll keep it somewhat cordial. First, we're going to play some videos from a camera that we had throughout college that I just recently found. So please direct your attention to the screen in the back. No. I'm just kidding. We can't play these videos in 2021. Scott and I have had many experiences together, and he has taught me many things. He taught me how to make a Caesar salad, which I later found out he was just buying the Caesar kits from Kroger and putting them in a fancy bowl. That became quite the weekly ritual. He taught me how to make pasta and how to tell when it's done by taking one noodle and throwing it directly at the wall to see if it sticks. I still do this to this day. Scott taught me how to power nap, which I still do not understand. He was thoroughly convinced that if he took a nap for 20 minutes before any event, whether it was a lacrosse practice or game or even class, that he would wake up more awake. He never convinced me, as he was always more grumpier than when he went to sleep, but I still bought into his idea anyway. Junior and senior year, we lived together and were so dedicated to club lacrosse that we mastered the art of the protein shake. Working out 5 days a week, our Get Strong diet was double meat at Qdoba, Menas, and protein shakes with lots of ice cream and peanut butter. We thought we were bulking up for lacrosse season, but never saw any results. Just a year ago, Scott and I laughed because we looked back at those times and realized maybe if we cut out the extra ice cream and peanut butter, we would have won a few more games. I'm going to skip this paragraph. We graduated college. This one's good here. We graduated college and I made the leap to Royal Oak, where Scott and our friends spent weekend after weekend sleeping on the floor, enjoying our first year working a real job, pretending like we could still hang with the younger kids. Many memories were made, especially at Freaky Jay's house, when Scott would wake up in the morning after a long night and have sleep paralysis on the couch. His eyes would roll to the back of his head and he wasn't able to wake up. We would call each other into the room and sit there and watch, not waking him up on purpose, just to enjoy the show. Looking back, this probably wasn't the best idea and hopefully hasn't had any long-term effects on his life. Throughout the next years, Scott discovered his love for jump up and down music, Brad's favorite. He went weekend after weekend to techno concert and after-hours parties. This is the only time we really saw Scott in his element, so we just let him do his thing. We all finally got it together and realized we couldn't do this forever. That's about the time Scott met Alex. Alex took a leap on a job in Colorado and Scott dropped everything, friends, everything, family. Which, looking back, is probably the best decision he could have made, as Alex is absolutely killing it. Sorry, Scott, we'll all be probably working for Alex someday. Now a new tradition starts, skiing out west. Without Scott and Alex moving, I don't think we would have ever even started this tradition, and it is something I hope we can continue to do the rest of our lives. We've been all over Colorado, Utah, California, and even Canada on our trips. The only way this has worked is because Scott is extremely organized and always has an agenda. You have no idea, You have no idea how many conference calls we've been on the last few months with Scott just to ensure that our suit pants do not have a break. Once we get on the dance floor tonight, these things will probably be up to all of our kneecaps. We're so sure. I think at least 3 of us have appointments tomorrow with a tailor to get them taken out so we can go to our corporate jobs on Monday looking somewhat at least respectable. One of the best memories of these ski trips is looking over at Scott during one of our safety stops and seeing him only in his underwear, soaking in the sun. Scott actually asked me to be his best man while peeing on the side of the mountain together. The best part about Scott always having an agenda is his urge for his friends to throw a wrench in it just to see Scott squirm, because it's quite easy to break him. Whenever we get to this point, we always sing, "Country Road." Only a few people will get that. Okay, I've made you cringe enough. It's over. Alex, you look absolutely stunning. I am so grateful to be able to stand up here and roast Scott and let you get off extremely easy. You have been an absolute blessing, not only to Scott, but all of his friends as well. Your energy, your smile, your attitude are always something I truly look forward to when visiting you guys at the Arena Park for so long. I'm thankful Scott has someone to lean on like you, and someone who enjoys music just as much as he does. As you can see, the sacrifices your friends and family are willing to go through to celebrate you two, from the pants we are wearing, even to getting the jab. Tonight we are here to celebrate the love both of you have for one another. I am grateful to have been given the chance to speak today and to honor both of you. Now it is time to let the celebration begin. Please raise your glass and give a toast to the newlyweds, Scott.
Cheers!